What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to do a garden update video because I haven't done it in such a long time, so I thought it would be a perfect time. A lot of stuff has changed, a lot of things have grown. I want to do a little update about certain things that I have learned. First and foremost, gardening is not for the weak at all, okay? I have been back here struggling and experimenting and testing out the best methods in order to have a healthy and happy flowing garden. Since I have started gardening, I have gained such an appreciation for the people who actually take this very, very serious, who, you know, the farmers are literally supplying us food, who are out here busting their butts every single day, maintaining a huge field of fruits and vegetables and things that we need in order for us to have food. I want to say my biggest struggles with having my own garden is learning things as I go. I personally would suggest, if you are starting to do your garden, make sure before you get your plants to research that plant, what it needs in order to grow and have the best food. Your area, what area are you in? Are you able to grow certain fruits and vegetables in your zone? Make sure you know and understand the proper soil, the amount of water, the type of weather. I just heavily suggest that you guys research before you actually start buying plants, unlike myself, who just start buying stuff and I was just learning as I go. I promise you it will make things less stressful when you know exactly what you're doing. So create a list, check it twice, make sure that you're following that list so you can have fun while you're doing this. It literally brings me so much joy just to see things grow and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go show you guys what new changes has came up. Okay, y'all, so this is a new love interest that I have and has been my #1 top favorite plant, I would say. I don't know if it's because I love the fruit or I just love the way the plants look. I don't know what it is, but I have honestly just grown a love for this plant. Before showing you what actually grows on here, if you can guess by the leaves, well, if you guess strawberries, you are absolutely right. Now, I have had these strawberries for a little bit now. I got some cute little strawberries. As you know, I tried to plant my own strawberries with the little grow kit, but it did not come out right because I did not germinate them correctly. So, but anyways, I have had these strawberries for quite a bit now. I have created new plants because this plant on its own creates new plants. In the garden community, they like to call them runners. This long stem right here is actually a new plant in the making. So make sure you not cutting these stems off because they could help you produce new plants, because strawberries only last a good 3 years before they stop producing fruit. So these daughter plants that they are making on their own is to help you maintain and keep your strawberries to root and eventually creating a new plant just like this one. See, this is from a running stem. Once it rooted, I pretty much just clipped it off and it's just allowing it to grow. These are ever-bearing strawberries, so these are going to produce fruit all year long. Definitely recommend everybody getting some strawberry plants, because once you take strawberries off the stem, after a while they start to turn into starch. So the strawberries that you have at the store, they are most likely filled with starch. So one plant that you should grow in your garden if you love it is definitely strawberries. Since I'm on a roll of showing you guys plants that are already producing their fruits or veggies, next we are going to be talking about tomato plant that I honestly was struggling so hard to keep alive. I almost killed it. Like, I'm gonna show you guys a video right now of how it looks, practically almost dead, and I brought it back. Tomato plant looks like, oh, it is growing little tomatoes. Now this is what it looks like now, doing its thing, looking back green, getting healthier. Now I am going to possibly trim this a bit. One of the biggest mistakes I made was thinking a certain mixture had compost in it. I don't know why I thought it had compost in it. I guess I wasn't reading completely properly. But when I planted my new plants, I just used that mix and some other mix, and I figured it had compost in it because another brand does. but it didn't. So it was killing my plants because my plants had no nutrition or anything like that. So I had to get some good compost. I got some mushroom compost. I'm thinking about getting manure compost also, but I got some good mushroom compost and some worm casting mix. If you have tomato plants and don't have worm casting mix, I promise you your plants will honestly love you so much if you got them some worm casting mix. But that is pretty much all I did. I'm so proud of how this is going now. I need to get some extra support because, you know, I don't want it to weigh the plant down. We don't recommend you just growing stuff just to grow stuff. Grow stuff that you actually eat. It will make it even more funner and, you know, take care of it better. But anyways, look at this, y'all. Y'all see my little baby bell pepper coming in? So beautiful, something that I'm extremely proud of. Now sadly, I believe I stunted the growth of this one because again, I did not have the right and proper soil for it, or it wasn't getting its nutrients. But as you can see, they are starting to grow a lot more. There's new stems and stuff forming, so that's good. So I'm just gonna leave that alone real fast. My mom got me these yellow bell peppers for Mother's Day, which I heavily appreciate. So let's see and hope that these go well. And also my banana peppers. My banana peppers are starting to come in. Also, look how pretty this is. I'm so excited. I don't know what's going on right there, but I'm just gonna leave that alone. For the peppers, they don't really like being wet on the leaves, and it could cause bacteria and stuff to come. So just be mindful of that. This is my first plant that I ever actually grew from seed. This is the only plant that I grew from seed because the other grow kits that I got, as you guys remember me doing that grow kit video, all those seeds did not sprout. 98% of it was my fault because again, the weather condition. I thought you could just sow seeds outside. Sometimes I thought you could just grow seeds outside. The weather was too cold and everything else. So completely 100% my fault probably. But anyways, this is the only one that did grow and is taking off. Now she is very spoiled. She needed a lot of care and attention. I have replanted her at least 3 times. She is thriving in this grow bag though. Her growing with some green onions just because I needed somewhere to put them in. I don't know why honestly, but they're cool, they're chilling as long as they're happy. And then my lettuce is growing right here. Super beautiful. These are the only seeds that besides those that I sowed outside and they actually started to grow and germinate. A lot of y'all know that I started off my plant journey with, I would say, the 2 most difficult plants to have because these are the most stressful things that you have to kind of get perfect, I want to say. But my blueberries and my blackberry plants, because they are acidic plants and they need acidic soil. Thought that I was going to ruin this. I thought one of them was not growing, but they surprised me. They very much surprised. I surprised myself in getting this. The way that these sprouted out of nowhere, it really reminds me of pregnancy when, you know, you just get really big out of nowhere. I'm gonna back up a little bit because the bees are coming over here right now pollinating the plants, so I'm just gonna let them do what they do. But these surprised me so much because if you don't remember, my blackberries was just a little tiny little stick. They were just tiny little stick, 2 little tiny little sticks, didn't have any leaves on it, barely had any leaves on it, and out of nowhere she just freaking busted out like a freaking bulldozer or something. Now these are gonna take at least 3 years, 2 to 3 years for this to actually produce fruit and stuff. So, you know, I kind of don't worry too much about that. I fertilize them every spring. They are acid loving plants, so make sure if you're growing berries, you put some acid loving fertilizer or mix in it so, you know, they can grow properly and how they should grow. Now look, my neighbors, I believe this is their grape vine. It is growing in my yard and I thought about cutting it and just starting my own little thing. Look how pretty it is. but I'm just gonna leave it, let it grow, let it do what it does, and hopefully we have some grapes pretty soon. Even down here, look. And he does watch my videos sometimes, so hey neighbor, if you're watching, don't cut me off. But anyways, yeah guys, so that is pretty much it for the garden. I am trying not to get too many plants for obvious reasons, because I don't plan on being here for long. But besides those other plants that I'm trying to germinate, I'm actually trying to germinate some strawberries straight from the store. One germinated, but the other ones, it's kind of hard to deal with strawberries because they're their seeds are so tiny. But other than that, I'm not trying to get any more plants. My mom and dad got me some plants for Mother's Day. I got this cute new little rose, mini rose, bush garden. I don't know what it is, but it's super cute. Definitely adds on. It goes well with my lavenders that are growing. I love the lavenders. Now I don't know why they're growing like this specifically. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. I just don't like that they're not going straight up. And if you have any suggestions for me, please feel free to leave a comment. But guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys like this video. If you want more details on specific plants and what soil I use and stuff like that, let me know, and I will definitely go step by step with you guys. I'll see you guys later, and I hope you are still planting seeds. Peace.